Alright, it's me, Ethan, again. I don't know what to call you. Honesty HQers, maybe? So this is the second video that I've done for this channel, for the YouTube channel. It's also embedded on the website, honestyhq.com, for Honesty Headquarters. And this little project that I'm doing for honesty. And being honest about first impressions and what I think about, I guess, society and the way that we handle situations and look at things the way we've been brought up to not say things because it might hurt somebody's feelings or just because it's kind of a social taboo or societal taboo. I just got back from a run. This is one of my running shirts. Actually, this is one that I got from last October from running the Columbus nationwide Children's Columbus, Ohio Marathon last October in 2014. But I was out for a run. I did a 10-mile run today. Today's Sunday. By the way, it's April 26, 2015. One thing I've been thinking about whether I should say what day and date it is when I record this video, but I don't want, or because I don't want people who see these videos later on, whether in a year or 2 years or 3 years, to think that the content in the videos are outdated and it's pointless to watch them because it's been, a couple years since they've been recorded. And what I intend is that the things that I talk about are going to be evergreen content, which means they'll always be good. They're not really time sensitive. So I'm not talking about headlines in the news and right now, today, this is going on and it's not going to make a big difference for you individually, down the road. There may be some big events that come on, or some topics that I want to talk about, like Ferguson. If this is in the future and you don't know what it is, or you don't know what it is now, you can Google it and it'll be all over the place. Has to do with police officers and black young people getting shot, and I'm not going to talk about that today. Anyway, I was out for a run and I was noticing a lot of different things. There were walkers out and there were runners out, and one thing that I really like seeing is I like seeing overweight people out running and walking. I never have a negative thought about somebody who is overweight being out and walking or running. And the first thought that comes to mind when I'm talking about overweight people and running is that you really don't usually see overweight people running, because they try to, in general, this is what my thought is, that overweight people typically, in my mind, try to lose weight by walking, dieting, gastric lap banding, gastric bypass, or whatever. I don't like the surgeries and procedures and stuff. It's really risky. And plus, all it does is decrease the size of your stomach, or the amount of food that can fit in your stomach. It's not changing your exercise habit. It is changing your eating habit, because you can't eat certain things with gastric bypass because it'll irritate your stomach and cause other issues. But doing exercise and diet, that is what I like to see. I don't give as much credit for like lap band or gastric bypass procedures and things like that. Some people, I think it's probably necessary because they physically cannot do the exercise that they need to, whether their joints have been destroyed, or they have arthritis, or there's some kind of health or medical condition that they physically cannot do the exercise. Whether it's you could bicycling, or something where you can sit down and do different exercises, but there are just some illnesses that you can't do that. And I know diet is a big thing, but I'll talk about diet some other time, because that's a whole other thing. But I just ran a half marathon last weekend and the weekend before, and I saw overweight people out there doing the half marathon was the shortest race, and they were walking a half marathon. And when I'm running either past them or on the turnaround, I'm coming back and passing them, I think to myself that they're out there, they're doing it, they're working for it, and that is definitely positive. They're trying to make a difference. And even in my hometown, when I'm out running, like today, I saw several people, or couples of people walking here and there throughout town. And when somebody passes me when we're running, I guess this is kind of off the topic of like overweight people, because typically I don't have overweight people passing me when we're running. But when I have, like, I don't care if it's a guy, if it's a girl, whatever, and we're running and we're in a race or whatever, and they're passing me, I think they have worked for it. They deserve to pass me. Maybe they're in a different period of their training, or they've been training longer, or training harder, or whatever it is, they've earned it because they are physically doing it themselves, and they are doing better than I am as far as time goes. So I don't care if it's a girl that's passing me. Then I'm just thinking in my head, like, go on and you get it, and good job, and pass me and keep on going and pushing, and I'll try to keep up with them if I can, if I have the energy just to push myself, because I try to beat my own time whenever I'm running. But the main point of this, the overall point of this video is these thoughts that we have whenever we're doing something and we see other people that are doing it also. It's good to have the mentality, and it's great when you get into a place where you don't think negatively or badly of that person because they're doing better than you. When you're rooting for them in your head, or you say something to them like "good job" and "keep going" or "push it," or "I want you to beat me," or I'm gonna use you to push myself to better myself. And that's something that I think we have to continually work at, is to get ourselves to a point where we think that way. And I'm competitive, but not so much usually against other people. Sometimes for fun, we'll pick on each other or something like that if we know each other. But in general, I just try to push myself to beat my last best. Whether it's a time, or bowling, or basketball, or whatever. So be competitive, but root for the other person. If they are doing better than you, be happy for them. Because they've worked for it, they've practiced, they've done whatever it is they need to do for their fitness level, or for their age, or whatever. They've done what they have to do to get to where they are, and they've earned it. Whether they're a good person in your eyes or not, they have done what it takes to get to that point, physically or professionally, or whatever. Those are just the thoughts off the top of my head. There are probably exceptions here and there, but in general, those are my thoughts. And that's it for today. Today, I said that kind of weird. So what I would ask at the end of this video, since you've watched this far, is that you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. Excuse me. You can go to the website. It's honestyhq.com. I will, at this point, I'm working on setting up. By the time you see this, it should already be there. You can sign up for the email list, where I can send you an email every once in a while with special topics, or articles that I found, or videos that I found, or books, or something, or just talk you through a thought that I was having that I think applies to a lot of people. And so we can connect back and forth on a more, a more individual level even. So the YouTube channel, you can subscribe, you can go on the website, and you can leave comments for blogs, the blog posts and things for topics and all. And we'll see where this takes us. Also, I did create a secret Facebook group, and I know it's secret and all, but don't let that fool you. Basically, the point of it being secret is so people on Facebook won't be able to search it. They won't be able to see who's in the group. So those who are in the group, they'll know who else is in that group. But the point is to be completely honest about things in there and your thoughts, and getting completely honest feedback from other people, and just having like that safe place there. So that's the point of that. If you want to be a part of that, let me know. You can comment on this video and let me know. You can find me on Facebook and send me a message and let me know. You can find me on Twitter, and the Twitter is at HonestyHQ. Simple enough. So you can find me any one of those ways and just let me know. All right, that's it for this time, and I will see you all in the next video.